Who's the cat with the badass jacket and the guitar in his hands? Whose songs and gigs are memorable as an unpleasant one-night stand? He's a legend, and nowadays that means that he drinks too much and smells of weed. If you're fond of violence and the language of the street that you learned from a gangster movie on your liberal arts degree, he'll make you feel more secure in your masculinity until you cry wink yourself to sleep.
Talking about the Kev. Talking about the Kev. He's a bad mother.
Shut your mouth. His fans are prowlers, panty sniffers, prostitutes and pimps. And when it comes to toning down his act, he doesn't give an inch. He's too real for radio or TV, but he's found a home on Manchester's music scene.
Talking about the Kev. Talking about the Kev. Talking about the Kev. Talking about the Kev. He's a bad motherfucker. As bad as a Disney live action adaptation. As bad as an awkward urinal conversation. As bad as when someone mentions fertility during a family obligation. As bad as when some singer thinks he's the voice of a generation. As bad as when your barber's football opinions are an abomination. But he's holding a potential murder weapon next to your head, so you have to avoid a confrontation. As bad as when a woman gets ghosted by her ex without an explanation.
You bastard, Kev.
So she has to buy a vibrator for some much needed sexual sensation. As bad as society's double standard when it comes to solitary sexual exploration. Because if a bloke were to buy a blow-up sex doll with modifiable breasts, narrow hips and 3 holes with extra lubrication, his ex might have some protestations and try to ruin his reputation. As bad as when someone uses a song to address some upcoming litigation. Who's the cat with the badass jacket and the guitar in his hand? Whose songs and gigs manage to make a vice of being anything but bland. He's a sex machine. All the chicks. And a keen amateur gynecologist.
Hi everyone! We've been here 2 minutes and we've already had a technical fuck up. And the guitar I've been practicing on for months has given up the ghost within minutes of the gig. But thanks Gav for your guitar. So this first song is about relationships. Specifically about a modern phenomenon in relationships. If you happen to be going through any problems in your relationship at this time, may I suggest instead of 6 months of expensive couples therapy, spend 6 minutes on one of those fucking apps. And after that, you'll probably think, on second thoughts, I'll just stick with the arsehole I'm with. Also, I'm afraid I've had to sell out and take corporate sponsorship for this gig, so this second song was brought to you by highly inappropriate relationship jokes. A guy says to his girlfriend, "You have no tits and a tight vag." And she says, "Get off my back." The song's called Millicent. I'll just have to sing it out of key because the capo isn't working. I have finally found someone who loves me. She has both of her eyes and most of her teeth, and no sign of genital herpes. That she's into me is beyond belief. And Millicent's her name, and she's beauty matched with brains. We share a divine energy, and the whole world has to see. Every restaurant trip's a photo opportunity. We share mouthfuls on every meal till the manager politely asks us to leave. We're as cute as can be, to a sickening degree. We Eskimo kiss publicly, and I talk to her like she is a puppy. From highly outdated pop culture references to slightly unhygienic sexual preferences, Millicent's the girl for me. We gave each other nicknames: and Snuggle Flame. To beat other couples at their own game, we decided we need a combination name to put Brangelina and Bennifer to shame. So our name is Keviscent, and we've shortened it to Cunt. And together we're a complete cunt. Together we're a complete cunt. Our wedding will be a middle-class paradise. We'll spell the word cunt on a sculpture made of ice. We'll stay together until we die and renew our vows every single night and hire a plane to write cunt in the sky. We'll get arrested for public indecency, and we're so middle class that we'll die in police custody. Even then, from beyond the grave, we will somehow find a way to talk to single people condescendingly. They'll bury us side by side. Branches will grow from our graves and intertwine. They'll arrange themselves artfully and spell out the word cunt in a big cunt tree. So we'll be a cunt till the end of time. And down the centuries, our name will echo through the breeze. They'll visit our grave like it's Stonehenge. 'Cause cunt is the new Romeo and Juliet. gift shop will be forever busy, selling t-shirts that spread the belief couples should wear their cuntiness on their chest. Love is all you need. So I spread love globally. From Baghdad to the Bronx. I call my audiences cunts. From Baghdad to the Bronx. 'Cause to me you're a complete cunt. 'Cause love can drive you batty and make you rather twatty. If there was an award for shutting the fuck up during people's sets, I know who wouldn't win it, but let's not name names. So this next one is called The Great British Indie Song, because people think I'm all about swearing and lowbrow humor. Nonsense. Sometimes my humor is highly sophisticated. So this next one is called The Great British Indie Song, and unlike most indie songs, it actually is sophisticated, because when you listen carefully to the lyrics of most indie songs, they're about as profound as a LinkedIn post about the need to be data-driven during the streamlining process. And most people only listen to indie because they think it makes them look deep and sensitive and will help them get laid, when in fact most indie fans are so dreary that their favorite sexual position is probably the reverse mortgage. So this is called The Great British Indie Song. And I broke a fingernail this morning, and my guitar fucked up at the last minute, so forgive my sloppy playing. Built a reputation for songs about dicks and male masturbation and enter women's nicks, but I'm getting older now and I really should be trying to get myself taken seriously. All the clever people say that a proper work of art must be solemn and be weighty and remind you that it's smart. All true British indie must be self-pitying and whiny. To be a modern male music star, sing about how insecure you are. Rock and roll used to be a rallying cry, now it's just an impotent sigh. And everyone will sing along to the great British indie song. And everyone will sing along British indie song. They say, Kev, your songs need political insight, but be vague enough not to piss off left or right. Show everyone how brave you are by saying mean things about corporate power. But don't insult McCartney, they sponsor gigs. Don't be so uncool as to promote a brand. Don't talk too much to media, don't talk too much to fans, and let people think it's shyness, when it's really just contempt for the working class. Sing about your misery, moan about society, even though you're an overpaid white guy in a super rich country. And everyone will sing along to the great British indie song. And everyone will sing along to the great British indie song. Don't try to make money. All you need for a performer's fee is an artisanal almond pancake and a jar of Gwyneth Paltrow's arse cheese. And everyone will sing along great British indie song. I think it was missing when I got here.
Oh, is it? I can plug your cable into that right now.
Let's give it a try.
I'll put it back.
So, this next song is a new song called the FVSDA. So I'll explain what that stands for. Cheers, Matt. Matt Jones, everyone. So,
Both of you.
and so Matt Jones is legit one of the most talented musicians in Greater Manchester. Guitar, bass, vocals, everything. And he earns as much money as you would expect from someone who makes original music. The FVSDA, so it's about how, it's all well and good to rage against capitalism, but I'm not personally a fan of activism because, well, here in Manchester, getting up on stage and saying down with the Tories or Black Trans Lives Matter would be about as brave as being one of those anonymous trolls who terrorizes Diane Abbott. So instead of being an activist, I'm all about just giving something back to the less fortunate. So this song is the FVSDA. Just give me a second. I am blessed that I can make music. I am privileged to express myself by writing songs. I'm a fortunate chap, so it's time that I gave back to a world that has been kind to me for so long. There's a federation called the FVSDA for victims of sexual and domestic abuse. They invited me to give a sympathetic speech with words that would comfort and soothe. The FVSDA, the FVSDA, helping the vulnerable chase their demons away. Any of us could be on the heap someday, so it's wise to support the FVSDA. I had heard of the FVSDA before. I was excited for this speaking engagement, but I turned out to mistake them for the other FVSDA, the Filthy Vulgar Sexual Degenerates Association. The FVSDA, the FVSDA. Mixing them up was an unfortunate mistake. I prepared a speech for the dregs of humanity, and by the time I started speaking, it was already too late. I said, listen up, pricks, I'm here to let you know. You all need a smack in the mouth, 'cause you're the lowest of the low. And if you ever get smacked again, you'll only have yourselves to blame, 'cause you're the vile scum of the FVSDA. I was punished for this error of judgment. A hefty fine plus chemical castration. And to rectify scarring those people for life, I was ordered to give another speech to the Federation. The FVSDA, the FVSDA. I apologize to the FVSDA. But on my big day, I got them mixed up again. And by the time I started speaking, it was already too late. I said, listen up, my kindred souls. I'm speaking from the heart when I say I'm one of you. You're the biggest heroes in the world. I am telling you the truth. And you're all free to visit me in my hotel room.
Oh no, those two complete perverts in my room.
The FVSDA. The FVSDA. I'm a member of the FVSDA. I'm a victim of abuse, but I'm a bit of a cunt too. So I write at home in the FVSDA. And I suspect that most of this audience is the same. So you all need to join the FVSDA. Thank you. So, over the years, I've written a lot of parody songs, mocks. I've written a mock indie song, mock rock song, mock pop song, mock football song, and I thought I'd run out of genres to mock. But then I realised the most untrustworthy type of song of all, the Disney song, because they sing such shite as, oh, to get whatever you want, you just need to wish upon a star. Last time I checked, to be able to afford anything half decent, you had to go in an office and be surrounded by twats all year round. And they sing stuff like, forget about your worries and your strains. If you forget about your worries and your strains, you leave your speeding tickets unpaid and you get arrested and prosecuted and jailed in a cell with a giant black man named Levi. Or you could try to anyway. It seems I'm in love with a mermaid. It all happened so fast. I was wandering by the sea, unemployed and lonely. She saw me and was the first to make a pass. Oh, big props to this next rhyme. I've fallen in love with a mermaid. It must have been love at first sight. She had clams for a bra, and I thought, foie, I'll be ordering a fish supper tonight. I swear I'm in love with a mermaid, though I can't introduce her to my friends, 'cause she lives in the sea. But take it from me, she's frisky, and lads, she's a 10. I'm still in love with a mermaid, though our sex life is not quite the best. Sometimes I wish her lower half was not fish, and those clams have slightly flattened her chest. I rushed into a romance with a mermaid, and now it's going terribly. I've been sold a fantasy by the films of Disney, and their somewhat fascist standards of beauty. I'm being abused by a mermaid. Men can be victims too, believe me. She reported me for bestiality, and now I'm on the sex offenders registry, where most of the Disney princes should be. Especially the one who kissed a girl in her sleep. Thank you. Thanks, Matt, for your Formula One level service. I'll pay you as much as you earned from one of your original songs for that. So this next song is called You Can't Sing Anything These Days. Because most of us in Manchester, we became musicians because we wanted to follow in the footsteps of our heroes. Liam Gallagher, Ian Brown, Morrissey, and they got to where they were by, some musical talent, a brash personality, and the opinions of a barroom bore. But sadly, we can't follow in their footsteps even if we want to, because you can't say anything these days. So sing along if you know the chorus. Wow, it's still in tune. You can't say anything these days. No, you can't say anything these days. Free speech is under attack in oh so many ways. No, you can't say anything these days. My mouth often has to say hello to my fist. Like the time I met my sister's black boyfriend. I thought, Kev, don't be racist, 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 don't be racist. But I failed in the end. I didn't ask to touch his hair or where he's really from. Nor did I tell any cock-size related jokes. But in a boozy male bonding session, I let slip the opinion that the Holocaust was a hoax. You can't say anything these days. No, you can't say anything these days. People love to cry into their pumpkin spice lattes. Oh, you can't say anything these days. You can't say anything these days. And you can't get a word in edgeways. Just like a woman on a hetero date. Oh, you can't get a word in edgeways. To get by in this society, it seems to me that you have to be as dishonest as an energy company. And don't get me started on the dating scene. But you just got me started on the dating scene. I took a woman out for some fancy French cuisine. She said, let's skip the small talk and make it spicy. What you do for a guilty pleasure when you're feeling naughty. She said, I'll tell you, but first you tell me. Okay. I said, I booked 3 hookers of different nationalities. Have them form a circle and take turns to piss on me. And insult my ethnicity to symbolize smashing the patriarchy. What about you, and pass me the vinegar, please? She said, eating chocolate and watching bad TV. You can't say anything these days. No, you can't say anything these days. Free speech is under attack in oh so many ways. It's like my storming the beaches of Normandy was all in vain. I once stormed a beach in France when I was pissed out of my brain. Speaking of storming the beaches of Normandy, I'll just jump right into this next song because it's about the greatest generation in history, millennials. Millennials, we get pretty vain sometimes. We haven't had it hard as generations gone by. That's not to say we've never faced tribulations. So I'm gonna try my hand at talking about my generation. I was born in the 80s, I was a child of the 80s. And these are some of the things that helped to shape me. They were innocent times before tablets or smartphones. We'd gather as a family and watch the Cosby Show. Outside we'd play Injuns, cowboys, robbers and cops. And buy sweets at what the neighbor's dad called the bleep shop. The PE teacher said he'd make a man of me. Had me thrown in a puddle by the rugby team. He said, Kev, one day this'll make you strong. But all I really noticed were his white shorts and his semi-on. I was a teen in the 90s, I was a teen in the 90s. A period full of memories that still excite me. Computers would scream every time they went online. As if they could foresee what the internet would be like. You could smoke in pubs and visit cockpits on planes. And describe anything you didn't like as being totally gay. I met the world in the noughties, I met the world in the noughties. Turbulent times for humanity and for me. The whole world discovered the wonders of the drunken text. And pioneering ways you could stalk your ex. Everyone was watching Lost and listening to Coldplay, which made me just wanna wear orange in Guantanamo Bay. Living through these situations gave me powers of creation, and now I proclaim myself voice of a generation. Living through these situations gave me powers of creation. I'm a feminist ally, but I still miss Formula One grid girls. Lots of great lines you can end that song with, like, and now I get people fired for offensive Halloween costumes. I came out as pansexual, though I only really like missionary. I took a mental health break so I could spend all day at home wanking. You get the picture. This next one is a bit esoteric. It's about ancestors. Because when you think about it, people think that anything they achieve in this lifetime is still going to matter in 100 years or so. Highly unlikely. Most people don't even know the names of their own great-grandparents. So no matter what we achieve in this life, chances are, positive or negative, will all be forgotten within 3 generations. But I always like to be ahead of the curve. I'm trying to get cancelled within 1 generation. So it's about ancestors and about how deep down we're all brothers and sisters. I mean, literally, we are blood relatives because 800 years ago there was a randy bugger called Genghis Khan. So you're amazing. When you think of how humans survived, life is neither a need nor a right, but a miracle, and you should be in awe. Like a snail traversing the ocean floor, on land from which forests would grow, where a fugitive was hanged for show, your ancestors got together through force of will. The rest became history's roadkill. Oh, you're amazing, I must say. Centuries of love made you this way. Your forebears over thousands of years, their passions, their loves, their pains, their tears, life always hung by a surgical thread. But sperms reached eggs like ancient warheads. I'd fight and die for you. Just like your forefathers used to. I'd fight lions and tigers and gorillas and bears with machetes and guns and flamethrowers, so you would take my love seriously. And to prove that I am not silly, I'd jump in a river to fight piranhas and crocs, and one of them would probably bite off my cock, but my promise of eternal love would still stand. Though I might struggle to become a family man, I'd find new ways to pleasure you. Like taping a carrot to my crotch with super glue. Baby, I am not like other guys. Sucking me off is tasty and good for your eyes. I think that's just an old wives' tale, though. And if you accidentally take a bite, I'll make it grow back by telling a couple of lies. Our entire lives will be forgotten quickly. But at least we are not silly. Thank you. When I I first joined the open mic scene 6 years ago, I didn't have the confidence to always perform my own material. I used to perform covers, like really lowbrow songs like "Sucked Off a Bloke," but it was a Katy Perry parody. "Sucked Off a Bloke" I didn't like, but I've moved beyond that now. I've decided to become more highbrow. So this song was,
That's a joke, isn't it?
this song was brought to you by highbrow jokes that nobody gets. What you call a French cat groomer? Claude Balzac. If you don't get that, read some more for it. It's called 1,000 Years. 1,000 years. 1,000 years. I will love you for 1,000 years. For 20 years I'll save and buy a place where we both can live. In 100 years the value will appreciate to about 12 million quid. And we'll become a pair of cold-hearted property-owning Tories who always say no when kids ask, can we have our ball back please? 1,000 years. Society will move beyond old stick-in-the-mud values. So we'll be able to keep things interesting in the bedroom. Though at age 500 your bum starts to get a bit droopy. And I get shot in the crotch during World War 17. 1,000 years. There'll be exciting advances in medical technology. Conditions like erectile dysfunction will be consigned to history. So I'll be able to keep you satisfied and happy as I lift up your rolls of flab and pull down your adult nappy. 1,000 years. Feminism and the Me Too movement could be taken too far. Consensual sex within marriage could become against the law. And they'll jail me in a cell with a giant black man named Levi, who asked me to suck him off about 10 times a night. 10 times a night. 10 times a night. I'll be sucking off a bloke named Levi 10 times a night. You don't think I'm obsessed with it. You don't think there's anything strange about it.
Yes. Is Levi a real
That is
person?
the conversation.
Is he a real person?
No, and neither is Millicent, unfortunately. So, this cap. Close enough. And so, we're almost finished. I like to finish my sets on an optimistic note, so this song is called Believe. It's about optimism, specifically the kind of optimistic ideas that fucking morons live their lives by. Like, choose what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. Or, life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. Life's about learning to dance in the rain. If I ever saw someone dancing in the rain, I would think that, my friends, is a manic pixie dream twat. So this song is called Believe.
The other week we sang a song with I'm going to be dancing in the rain.
If you've been paying attention, you'll know the world's going in a bad direction. Boneheaded books about positive psychology are just about the only growth industry. Some say the world will be a better place if you just learn to smile more and look happy. If you're like me, this'll make you feel not so much annoyed as violently stabby. Still I believe. They say that if you vibrate with the universe at the correct frequency, then every problem is an opportunity. From breakups to bereavements to testicular cancer to losing all your money 'cause you were fired from your job for your Nazi sympathies. Believe, believe, believe. They say that if you're more of a glass half full type, you'll meet the love of your life who believes all the same tribe. Even though you're unemployed and hideously, monstrously ugly, and you have recently joined the sex offenders registry. Believe, believe, believe that all the flirts that you didn't quite score will come back and give you one chance more. Your dreams of romance will all come to pass because thankfully you're an unimaginative ass. The charlatans who claim to know all the answers will get diagnosed with testicular cancer, and it turns out that the actual cure is to not spout optimistic bollocks anymore. I believe, and that's why they won't publish a self-help book by me. Coming to the end of my set now. This is the last song of my set as the Kev, and it's called Cheap Hotel. It's about marital infidelity, which I don't condone. It's specifically about having an affair with a colleague. But when you're my age, you realize most of your colleagues are all either happily married, happily single, or fucking nuts. So, and you shouldn't have marital affairs. So, don't have a extramarital affair unless you're a trained professional. During COVID, I had you couldn't go out and meet people, but I had a flirtatious relationship with a woman, and it turned out she wasn't being entirely truthful about how married she was. So I thought having an affair with a married woman is not acceptable behavior, but what is acceptable behavior is writing a song about having an affair with a married woman. So it's inspired by true events. So I'm basically Taylor Swift with dick jokes. Anyway, thanks for coming. It's been a good, in spite of the bus strike, the train delays, the flash floods, you're all here. Thanks very much. I'm not normally one for workplace gossip, but I heard your husband's got a wandering dick. I'm pretty shy and don't wish to pry, but I get a strong sense you're not satisfied. You removed his picture from next to your PC, and the other day you showed some cleavage to me. I'd like to tell you over a cup of tea, with a little hand on your knee. It's becoming quite clear that your marriage is far from healthy. So be a good sport and send me a pornographic selfie. Then put on your finest dress meet me and help me lose my mess. On a sordid night at a cheap hotel. On a sordid night. Now you're the kind of girl that gets a lot of suitors. I couldn't help but notice when I hacked your computer. We've never made that much eye contact, but believe me, girl, I've got your back. The boss has been making creepy advances on you, but he's a 2-minute man and he's hung like a cashew. And Jim from HR is a sexist twat, and Andy from marketing's into scat. Now you've just got back from holiday in Alicante, and there's no point letting that beach bod go to waste. So sit in my chest for a quarter of an hour, then we'll squeeze into the tiny shower. For a stolen hour at a cheap hotel. 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 Diana Ross didn't quite say, you can't hurry love, but you can hurry foreplay. For half an hour at a cheap hotel. For half an hour at a cheap hotel. For half an hour at a cheap hotel. Half an hour at a cheap hotel. Thanks. Thanks for so Matt Jones for his Formula One job there. Hand for Matt Jones. Sophie on sound. Also, Sophie was married, got married 4 weeks ago. Yeah, so a round of applause for that. Gav, how amazing was Gav tonight? So good. Gav was recently a victim of burglary, and they stole your samurai sword. So thanks for not getting arrested for murder in the meantime. Instead of, this is not an encore, just going to play a couple of pop covers instead of my own rubbish, so that people definitely leave this evening in a good mood. And also, I forgot to say thanks, Kevin, for your guitar, which was an emergency. £20, I'll pay you in samurai swords. So, these are... Anyway, I'll just play some pop covers just to leave everyone in a good mood. Apologies to Gen Z, who might not know who David Hasselhoff is. Some people stand in the darkness, afraid to step into the light. Some people need to help somebody to the edge of surrender's inside. Don't you worry, it's gonna be alright. 'Cause I'm always there, I won't let you out of my sight. I'll be ready, never you fear. I'll be ready, forever and always. I'm always here. In us we all have the power. Sometimes it's so hard to see. Instinct is stronger than reason. It's just human nature to me. Don't you worry, it's gonna be alright. 'Cause I'm always there, I won't let you out of my sight. I'll be ready, never you fear. I'll be ready, forever and always. I'm always near. You can dance, you can jive, having the time of your life. See that girl, watch that scene, digging the dancing queen. Friday night and the lights are low, looking out for a place to go, where they play the right music, getting in the swing. You've come to look for a king. Anybody could be that guy. Night is young and the music's high. With a bit of rock music, everything is fine. You're in the mood for a dance. And when you get the chance, you are the dancing queen, young and sweet, only 17. Dancing queen, feel the beat of the tambourine, ah yeah. You can dance, you can jive, having the time of your life. See that girl, watch that scene, digging the dancing queen. You're a tease, you turn them on, leave them burning and then you're gone. Looking out for another, anyone will do, you're in the mood for a dance. And when you get the chance, you are the dancing queen, young and sweet, only 17. Dancing queen, feel the beat of the tambourine, and you can't say anything these days. So we have 2 more minutes. One more sing-along that everyone knows. You'll definitely know this one. Welcome to Manchester. This bed is on fire with passionate love. The neighbors complain about the noises above, but she only comes when she's on top. My therapist said not to see you no more. She said you're like a disease without any cure. She said I'm so obsessed, I'm becoming a bore. Oh no, ah, you think you're so pretty. Inside the till, slap your fingers in the door, for the kitchen knives and skewers. Dress me up in women's clothes, messed around with gender roles. My eyes are called me pretty. Moved out of the house, so you moved next door. I locked you out, you drilled a hole in the wall. I found you sleeping next to me, I thought I was alone. You're driving me crazy, when are you coming home? And you can't say anything these days. Everyone else is welcome to get up and play.
Hey, song again.
I'm here from Canada. I just saw them on Sunday in Toronto.
Here from Canada, just saw James on
Yeah,
Sunday.
Okay, play another one.
One more song, come on.
Yeah, we'll play a song.
I don't know.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah!
I'm selling CDs because I'm still living in 1995. If you want to buy it. Want to buy a CD? Come and see me.
Can't stop a look. Buy a bloody CD. Hey!
If I was good at sales, I wouldn't be a musician.